Crystal Clear, the host of Morgellons. Thank you so much for joining me to learn and hear about Profusa biosensors.
I understand that Profusa are unique because they're doing in-body sensors, injectable sensors, and these are about, well, I would say smaller than a grain of rice. They're 5 millimeter by 0.5 millimeter. Is that correct?
One of the unique features of our technology is that the sensors is actually inside the body, but it's inside the body in a way where it does not elicit what's called a foreign body response.
So meaning basically you can't ever fight these things off.
What we place inside the body is very, very small. As you said, Lee, they're about 3 to 5 millimeters in length.
3 to 5 millimeters, okay, fucking tiny.
And the diameter is a couple of hundred microns. So put that in perspective, it's the width of a few hairs.
Kind of like this glowing green thing that looks just like the thing on your website, Ben.
And the placement of this little sensor under the skin is done so by a typical injection that's no more invasive than if you were to go to your physician to get a vaccine or get a vial of blood drawn. And once that little sliver of sensor or sliver of hydrogel that's placed under the skin, that sensor is very passive. It actually has no active electronic components. It doesn't actively ping out a signal. There's no battery on it. It's literally a material that's very similar to the material that composes the soft contact lenses. And we've embedded on that material fluorescent sensing chemistry that senses biochemistry in a very accurate way. And the big, huge innovation is our approach enables that sensor, that little element under the skin, to evade what is called a foreign body response. Through evolution are exquisitely good, almost perfect, in fact, at determining what belongs inside our body and what doesn't belong inside our body. So for the past close to half a century, the industry has been trying very, very hard to try to solve this problem. How do I put sensors inside?
Obviously.
Because when the body recognizes an element as being foreign, what happens is the immunological response kicks in. Your immune cells tries to get rid of that foreign body, that foreign object. And when the immune cell is not able to do so, because obviously any sensor you put inside the body, or any element you put inside the body that is hard, your immune cells are not able to chew it up and get rid of it. The body then tries to minimize the potential damage of that foreign element by putting collagen or scar tissue around that to wrap that foreign element up in a way where that foreign element cannot harm the body.
So essentially, if your research results concluded that the fibers of Morgellons were keratin and collagen, and if cellulose was found in the lesions, it really could have been slivers of hydrogel in a cellulose-based conductive hydrogel.
Whether it's a needle sensor through the skin.
Like the bite or the sting of an arthropod, right?
I believe it's 60% porous, and it's implanted 8 millimeters below the skin surface, so it's measuring interstitial fluid.
Yeah, no, that's correct. So
8 millimeters is like the height of 4 nickels stacked on top of each other.
It's about 60 to 70% porous. And so there are a couple of features of the sensor that we've engineered so that it can overcome that foreign body response, because the foreign body response really is the key barrier for long-term continuous sensing, as it's been attempted, for the last half a century, as I mentioned before. And one of the key features of the sensor for our sensor to be able to overcome this foreign body response is this microarchitecture of porosity. And these interconnected pores within the small hydrogel, these interconnected pores within the body encourages the body to grow healthy tissue throughout the interior of the sensor. It basically mimics what is called this extracellular matrix. It mimics the scaffolding that the body naturally would produce to allow cells to grow on that scaffolding, which makes the heart, the shape of the heart, what it is, which makes a kidney the shape of a kidney, or the liver the shape of a liver. That's actually done through this scaffold called the extracellular matrix. And our sensor basically mimics that extracellular matrix, so the body doesn't see it as foreign. And it drives healthy tissue throughout the interior of that hydrogel. And we place that sensor within 2 to 8, 10 millimeters under the skin,
Measuring interstitial fluid.
Yeah, no, that's correct. So it's about 60 to 70% porous, and so there are a couple of features of the sensor that we've engineered so that it can overcome that foreign body response.
Hey guys, I'm just riding my bike. I just got my government biosensor put in. It's awesome. They're tracking my every move. Why didn't I do this sooner? Ah, yes, I will send this information back to Beijing instantly. Well, I don't know if I should get this DARPA-funded, Beijing-funded biosensor. God damn it, that hurts, son.